So for our page collection, just to get started off, we need to go back into our player movement script. And we've got our get page here, but we also need to add public void add page. Oh, add page. And this is what we're going to call when we want to add a page. So all we're going to do is we're going to do page count, and plus plus basically means add to the page count, so that'll add one. If you wanted to do a game where it was like you get 3 pages or 3 points, you could do that for free. But for now, we're just going to do plus plus. We're also going to call something called debug.log, and then we're going to write pages collected, and then we're going to do little colon, little space, plus page count. And what that's going to do is, if we go back into the game, we've got this console down here. So you've got comments, warnings, and then errors. So have them ticked off. If they're dark grey, they won't come up. But in the game, when we collect something, hopefully that's going to come up now. So the other thing we need to do is go to our page, and we just need to add page as a script. So page. Now, this is going to be a really basic script, but we might need to do some tinkering around to get it to work in editor, because it's always an annoying one when we're doing with physics. So we're going to do void on trigger enter, and what it will do is it will print out a statement like that. So what we're going to do is player movement player equals other dot get component, and we're going to call it player movement. And then all we do is if player equals null, or does not equal null, sorry, we're going to do player dot add page, and then what we want to do is destroy it afterwards. So now I wrote that all out quite quickly, but I'm going to go through it all with you. So basically, void on trigger enter means if we enter a trigger space, so it's basically like a collider that you just walk through. We're going to set the player movement to be wherever we've collided with, get their player movements. That's going to be our player's script. And then in it, we're going to add the page. So if the player is alive and is about and isn't nothing, then we're going to add and destroy the game object. So if I go back into the scene now, we're going to just make sure that we tick is trigger to true on this. And then what you can see is you've got your collider here. Now, we're going to have to extend that a little bit, just because the page, people probably want to run into it more than anything, rather than just sit directly on it. So just always make stuff easier for the player to get, because then you'll deal with less earache from people going, oh, that was too difficult, that's too hard. I always find it easier to make things a lot easier and then fix them later. So if I press play now, and if I run into that page here, one page collected. And if I pause and go to player, you can see that one page has been collected. So just to test this out, what we're going to do is we're going to copy and paste a load of them here, make a little strip of pages to collect, and then what we need to do is just watch this enemy, because that's the main impact of getting these pages. So we'll do a little loop-de-loop here and watch the speed of the enemy. It's getting faster and faster the more pages we picked up, and you can see in that debug it's printing out how many pages we've got now, which is good. So that is basically what we need to start off doing, and then we've got a game now. So you collect pages, you avoid the enemy. So we've got everything we really need in the game to just get it going. But what I want to focus on next is just trying to get a bit of a spooky environment going, really, and then after that a bit of UI would be good. But I'm going to stop that one right there.